What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. And man, we have got a lot of good news coming up. But at first, as always, I want to say thank you and give a big shout out to all my supporters. You guys are amazing. You know I love you. And you help keep the wheels on the tracks. You help keep the bus going round and around. You are the butter to my toast. And I mean that in a good way, not in a because you give me high cholesterol kind of way. Just so you know. But really, you guys are amazing. I really appreciate each and every donation. And if you're not part of our little family, you can do so by going to the links below and just donating. I have a PayPal, buymeacoffee.com, or you can join my Patreon. And if you do any of those things, you are going to receive weekly exclusive videos, plus emails occasionally with good breaking news. Like what I'm about to tell you now, all of my supporters found out yesterday. So you can be the first to know about some of these things. And it's really simple. You'll be put on my email list, and every week you will receive goodies that nobody else has. So check it out down below, and don't forget my Patreon starts at only $5 a month. And that's a pretty good deal, I think. Alright, so let's get into the good news. First of all, of course, you probably heard, you may have heard if you keep news, or if you keep track of news about Cambodia, no more quarantines. This includes for locals traveling from one place to the other. This also includes all foreigners. This is exceptionally good news. I've heard from a lot of you guys in the comments and through emails and messages. You know, you were happy that they reduced the quarantine from 14 to 7 days, but most people were under the thinking that if Cambodia really wants to restart the tourism, get things going, they need to have no quarantine, at least for fully vaccinated people. And I agreed. I've said that many times. I think that would be the way to go, but of course I don't make the policies. I don't have a say in it. However, as of yesterday, the Prime Minister made an announcement that starting today, November 15th, as I'm making this video, that if you are fully vaccinated, you do not have to quarantine when coming into the country. Now, before you start packing your suitcase, leaving your girlfriend that you wanted to leave for a long time but just couldn't figure out a way to get out of there, or whatever it is you do, they haven't announced, they haven't listed an official list of, you know, any other kind of rules, how that's going to work out. But let me tell you what I know about that right now. First of all, as I said, you do have to be fully vaccinated. You will have to show proof of that. And as far as I know right now, you will still also need proof of a negative test 72 hours before you arrive here. But once you get here, you will be given an antigen test only. Some people call it a quick test, but that's a misnomer really. It's an antigen test. And you'll go to your accommodation, wherever it is you're staying, and once you receive the negative confirmation of that test, that's it. You can, you're free to move about the country, as the old commercial says. So you can go wherever you want to go, do whatever you want to do within the confines of the law, of course. But there is something to keep in mind. Again, this is great news, and I'm not trying to be a Debbie Downer here, but there are some things you should know. I believe you'll still have to have your $50,000 of Forte insurance, just in case you contract COVID while you're over here. And there are, of course, new restrictions for living in this new normal in Cambodia. You know, mask mandates. Certain places and areas, they will require you to wear a mask at all times. Not everywhere, though. As you can notice here, not everybody is. Hello. Hi. But in certain places, it's going to be mandatory. And there will be QR code readers in front of most businesses if they're in compliance. You have to use a special code scanner with all your information on there to verify that you are vaccinated, you've had all your jabs before you're going to be allowed into that business. This saves people the trouble of having to carry their vaccination cards with them, which could get lost, stolen. If it's raining, they could get wet and ruined. So all that information will be on your inside the system they have, so that when you scan the code at the entrance to a business, it should turn, I believe, blue if you're good to go. If it's blue, that means you're safe. But there are also, like I said, the mask restrictions, the QR codes. Businesses are being told that they still have to separate people by 1.5 meters, which is a little bit under 5 feet apart. But still, let's focus on the main positive thing here. You can now come to Cambodia as a tourist without having to worry about a quarantine. And let's talk about that. There are still no issuances of business visas. Hopefully that is coming soon. And also hopefully with that will come the visa on arrival again. I think that's a logical step forward, since they're opening up the country, letting vaccinated people in with no quarantine. The next thing would be allowing them to get a visa once they arrive right at the airport, or however they get here. I can't say for sure, but of course, as always, I'll keep you guys updated. My supporters, you will get that information first as soon as it becomes available. Second piece of good news. Oh yeah, there's more than one. The second piece of good news is that all KTV bars and nightclubs are going to be allowed to open on the 30th of this month. So while restaurants and small little bars and pubs have been allowed to operate now for a couple of weeks, I believe. Yeah, that way? This way? Okay. The bigger ones, the nightclubs and the KTV bars, the ones with all the people and the crowds, they've been shuttered down and not allowed to open even under this laxing of restrictions. But as of the 30th, all that's over, as long as they maintain the government's health guidelines. Again, QR code, hand sanitizer, wear a mask, and keep people at least 1.5 meters apart. Also in that same vein, the Prime Minister has said that there is no more restrictions on how many people can gather at one time for different purposes. That includes socially, for religious observations, things like that. Funerals, weddings. Again, as long as all those safety measures are kept in check and observed, you can gather with as many people as you wish for whatever festivities you choose to enjoy. So all in all, this is a big, hey look, this is a big batch of good news as Cambodia is throwing open its borders, basically for vaccinated people anyway, and saying yes, come on over, get yourself over here, experience what Cambodia has to offer, and spend your money here. Great way to jumpstart the old economy again. Still going to take years probably to get it back to where it was pre-pandemic, but still, every little step in the right direction is going to help that goal, and I am 100% for that. Now, if you are not vaccinated, the same restrictions that were there before still apply. So they're not really leaving you out, but they're saying, yeah, you gotta, oh, looks like we can't go this way. We're gonna go through the bush. You can still come over here if you want, but you'll have all those restrictions in place that you had before, including the insurance, the test when you get here, the 2-week quarantine, the deposit, 2 more tests once you get here, full tests, not the antigen test, but the full test, and everything else. And if you can pass all that, well, then you'll be good to go also, I guess. I don't know. I don't know if they put any other restrictions on non-vaccinated people or not. I haven't heard anything. So to the best of my knowledge, all the restrictions apply if you're unvaccinated. And as you can see here, man, they're doing a lot of road work, trying to get it all done. Siem Reap governor said that they are 90% to their goal of having it all done by the end of December, which is excellent news. And there are some parts of town that are looking exceptionally good. Not over here yet, but compared to what it was, this looks really good, believe it or not. But you see a lot of areas that are already, all the drainage systems are in place, the sidewalks are in, the sidewalks are looking real nice, and out of the 38 roads that were part of the project, they're 90% done with all those. But keep in mind that there are other projects going on, not part of the overall bigger project, individual projects. Those are not coming along as great simply because they're putting most of their time, energy, and personnel into the main road project. That's been going on for the last year. But still, even more good news. Beautify the city, get people to want to walk around, drive around, see the things without having to worry about stepping in a pothole and maybe twisting or breaking their ankle. That's never a good thing. And speaking of that, Siem Reap has been ordered to install for 12,000 homes their individual draining accesses. So in other words, homes that don't have proper sewer systems or anything, for 12,000 of those people, that's going to be done free by the government for them in different parts of the town. Don't know when that's set to begin. They just made the announcement, but that'll be good because nobody wants water dumping into the Siem Reap River. You know, all that dirty, nasty sewer water and gray water. It's not good for the environment, man. Come on. So that initiative should be kicked off pretty soon. So yeah, there it is. A chainsaw. Better get out before he turns into a horror movie serial killer and start swinging that chainsaw over its head like Leatherface. Which is always as weird. Whenever somebody gives me a chainsaw, That's the only thing I really want to do with it. I don't know anything how to operate it, but I want to turn it on and wave it over my head like Leatherface. And maybe that's just me. But anyway, so it's good news all the way around. Be sure to check out all my links down below. Like I said, donate to my PayPal, buymeacoffee.com/DDC, or join my Patreon, and you'll be put on the list to receive my weekly exclusive content. And if it's your first time, you'll get a copy of my book, Live in Cambodia, A Guide for Living in the Kingdom of Wonder, sent right to your email as a way of me saying thank you. Other channels vlogging from Cambodia are all listed down below in the description as well. Click on some of those, give them a looky-loo, and support them. All my social media is down below, and links to all my other stuff. I do want to say I have a new blog. It's a science news blog. That link is down below. And basically what I do, because I receive so many science related emails and articles and have a bunch of websites I subscribe to, I decided to take the ones that are interesting to me and then I write a blog post about them, putting everything in easy to understand, at a glance kind of language. They're not really long and don't go into all the details of all the scientific talk. They just give you the basics. But at the end of each article, I also put a link to the original should something interest you. You can go ahead and have a more detailed, closer look. I cover everything from biology and the earth and space and physics, animals, of course, biology, anthropology, all the ologies. I try to get a good variety of stuff. So that link is down below if you want to join. Well, not join, but if you want to look, it's free to do so. I try to post at least one article a day, but sometimes I get 2 or 3. Also, like my Facebook page, Dave Does Cambodia. That link is also down below. All right. Again, thank you to all my supporters. I love you guys, and I will talk to you in the next one.